How is everybody? Okay, Corey is already crocheting a book cover. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Olivia May is drawing a gnome on a gift bag for your dad's Christmas gift right now. I love that. Have you guys seen the sound going around that's like basically like, where did all the gnomes come from? Like, why all of a sudden are gnomes so popular? It's so funny. I love gnomes. I like genuinely love gnomes. I don't know what I want to work on today. I have like 3 different projects with me and I'm just gonna kind of go between them. This is a scrubby that I started knitting the first week that I learned how to knit and I haven't finished it. I made it way too big, but that's okay. Sometimes we need like a bigger scrubby, but I want to finish it because it's such a good stocking stuffer. Hold on, wait. You know me, I got to get in my chair. Also, these are the cutest pajama pants ever. They have little ladybugs all over them and they have stripes and I love them. Also, who remembers whenever I made this headband? Do you guys remember when I made this headband? This headband I made on the knitting machine with all of my scrap yarn. I just like tied a bunch of pieces of scrap yarn together. I think it's so cute. Knitting with 3, is that a thing? How do you knit with 3? Hi Elise, thank you. Is it just me for way later than it is? Oh, the way that it gets dark so early, it feels so late all the time, you guys. It's crazy. It's just crazy. I went to the doctor today, just like annual checkup, nothing's wrong. And oh my gosh, on the way home, it was like 2 o'clock. And I'm like, how is it like already almost dark? I just don't understand. Channel memberships will be today. They'll be about 10 till the end of the hour. Josh will pop on and gift 5 if you are new here. The first Monday of every month, which by the way, happy December. First Monday of every month, we give away 5 channel memberships. So basically just means that your name will be like, I think green in our chat. You'll have little sunflower emotes that you'll be able to use and your name will be on my channel in this one little section under members and your name will be in the description of my videos for that month. You were just watching my video? Oh my gosh, Sami, which video were you watching? Do I like knitting or crocheting better with this yarn? Honestly, I like knitting better with this yarn. I don't really like anything with this yarn. I really don't like the scrubby yarn. It's just not very comfortable, but this is by far the best one for like actually scrubbing things with. But yeah, it's not very pleasant. It's actually really interesting. I haven't gone back to straight knitting needles since the first week that I learned how to knit. So I can't remember if this one was one that I bought. I might have bought these, but I thrifted a bunch of straight knitting needles and I bought a little set of them before I realized how much easier it is to knit on round knitting needles. So usually when you guys see me knitting now, let me put down this project and show you my other one. Usually now when you see me knitting, I will be knitting on circular needles, which is like this, even if I'm not working in the round. Even when I'm like knitting like flat or straight, whatever you're supposed to call it, I will still be knitting with my circular needles. Okay, where's the tail? Let's get rid of the tail. Let me count again and make sure I cast on the right amount. 4, 8, 16, yeah, 17. Am I a crochet girly or knitting girly more? I think I'm always going to be more of a crochet girly, but knitting is new to me and it's really fun right now. And also knitting is less movement, so it hurts my hands less. So for me, I can knit for longer periods of time. So I'm like really just enjoying knitting a lot lately compared to crocheting can sometimes start hurting my hands. I'm trying to think, like, I mean, I crocheted a ton last week whenever I did the review of the advent calendar. Did you guys see my crochet advent calendar review? That was probably the most I've crocheted in a week in a really long time. And then this past week's video, the one that's coming out today, I just crocheted like a little swatch, but I had to do the swatch twice, once for the one to have as an example and the one to do in the tutorial. So that was a few hours. Have I checked on Scott recently? Yes, Scott and I were talking last night about Wicked, which I have not seen yet. So I'm very excited to go see Wicked. Temperature blanket update is that it's probably not going to be done by the end of the year with all the traveling we've been doing, but that January's entire goal is to finish the temperature blanket. I think that one of my videos before the end of the year though is going to be everything you need to know about making a temperature blanket before you make one in case you want to make a temperature blanket next year. So that is one of my goals for the rest of the year. I think the videos for the rest of the year, oh, hi Tilly. No, she can come out. She's underneath my couch back here. You're making a scary video. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm not gonna watch it. I don't like scary things. I did make my headband out of scrap yarn on my knitting machine. What did I crochet for Christmas? The main thing I've been crocheting for Christmas, well, knitting for Christmas, are all of these little stockings. I'm just like obsessed with knitting these little stockings, and I'm trying to make them for all my friends. So I still have a few left that I need to finish. So that's what I'm working on right now. My glasses are cute. Thank you. I've had a bad headache today, so today is a glasses day. The yarn that I'm using right now is called it's by Big Twist, and it's called Hush, and it's my favorite yarn I've ever worked with. I love it so much. This is the same yarn that I used to make the pillow cover for my friend, which I haven't put it together yet. I will put it together in a short and give it to her in the same video, so you guys can see like how I'm finishing it off and her reaction and stuff. And I know we've talked about this a lot, but like I don't always film people's reactions because not everybody, you know, obviously wants to be on film. So I know a lot of times you guys will ask me for people's reactions, and sometimes if it's somebody who I know, you know, really wants to be in videos, then I will ask them if I can film the reaction. But if it's somebody who doesn't like to be in videos, I'm not gonna, you know, ask them to let me film the reaction. Your head is pounding too. I know, it's been like all day. One thing, I'm cutting back on my caffeine, and so I think that's why I've been getting headaches, because I've been cutting back on caffeine. But hopefully once I'm used to it, my headaches will slow down altogether. Okay, wait, I did an increase, so now it's just a regular stitch. How hard is it when you first start knitting? If you're already used to crocheting, I think you're gonna be okay. It's kind of weird. It's like overall, I think that knitting is easier so far as the stitches are a lot easier than crochet. But I think that crochet is still more beginner friendly. Like the way that you can just like frog a project in crochet, you kind of can't really do that in knitting, not super easily. In knitting projects, it's easy for them to just fall apart. Like I'm actually taking apart this project that I was knitting, and I'm gonna knit something else with the yarn. I'll show you guys in a minute. But anyways, I don't know. If you already know how to crochet, I would recommend looking into what's called continental style knitting. That's where you hold your yarn like you do in crochet, and it just feels a lot more similar to crochet, even though they're still totally different. Okay, was that an increase? That was not an increase. Happy birthday! Is it Holdenver? Happy birthday! Can we get some birthday balloons in the chat? Weather pressure changes lately, I know. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just went outside in Nashville and it is officially snowing right now, which is very exciting. I love snow so much. We actually get like a decent amount of snow in Nashville. We didn't used to, but recently we've been getting a lot of snow. Hi, Bobby! Happy birthday, Grimace. Did you guys know that in my happy birthday Grimace video, apparently the caption said happy birthday, Grandma? Okay, I feel like I got distracted. I feel like I was gonna tell you guys something and now I'm blanking. Oh, I think I was gonna tell you about my video plans for the rest of the year. Now this is always like subject to change, but we have 5 Mondays in December. So today's video is how to crochet a blanket before Christmas. It's basically just how to do a corner to corner blanket. Tutorial for beginners. Obviously, if you're intermediate or advanced, it would still apply, but it's still catered towards beginners. So even if you don't know how to crochet at all, hopefully you can watch the tutorial and know how to do a corner to corner blanket. Next week's video, I'm already halfway done with, but it's like a lot of moving parts. So it was gonna be today's video and I was like, I have to push this back a week. I'm not done. Next week's video is going to be something along the lines of like 10 tips for a thrifty Christmas, because I'm trying to spend as little money on Christmas this year as possible, from like Christmas sweaters to decoration to gifts. I'm trying to like really downsize what I'm spending this year. And so I'm kind of like filming the different little things that I'm doing and hopefully giving you guys some ideas too if you would like to make some decor from basically junk around your house and get gifts for cheap and things like that. So that I think is next week's video. The week after that I think is going to be how to prepare for your 2025 temperature blanket. And then the week after that will be 2 days before Christmas. The 23rd, I think, is a Monday. And that is going to be Tilly's Christmas vlog. I've been doing all kinds of little things with Tilly, getting ready for the holidays and filming it. And that is going to be that week. And then I think the very last Monday of the year is going to be the 30th, so like almost the end of the year. And I think I'm gonna do like a year wrapped or something like that. This is something that's like everything we made this year, or like talking about our past videos, something like that. Freehand or patterns? I personally really just like to do freehand. I hardly ever use patterns. In fact, you'll hear me complain a lot about patterns. Any temperature blanket recommendations? So 2 weeks from today's video is going to be completely about that. I've made some shorts about recommendations for temperature blanket stuff in the past. I'm gonna do the full video breakdown in a couple weeks, but my biggest recommendation is not to do too many projects while you're doing your temperature blanket. That was my biggest problem. And you're drinking hot chocolate? I love that. I love hot chocolate. But yeah, not to do too many projects while you do your temperature blanket, because that is like, that's how I hurt my hand, and then I couldn't crochet for like almost a year. And also not to make it too big. Like, I know a lot of people say to like start your single crochet blanket with like 290 stitches, I think is what I've seen a lot of people recommend. I did mine to go off the side of the queen bed by like 6 inches on both sides, and it was 269 stitches, and it just feels huge. Doing it again, like I really wish that I could do it like smaller. I am knitting stockings, so I'm making stockings for all my friends. And hold on, let me grab the ones that I've already made. Hold on a second. Oh my gosh, you've almost been a member for 2 years, King of ADHD. That's amazing. All right, these are the little stockings that I've been making. So they're all different. They're all the same pattern, but with different yarn. They're like different sizes. I have some that are like a third this size because of the yarn difference, but doing all my friends' favorite colors. I need to have 2 in orange, 1 black. We have another green one that I've already given away and another purple one I've already given away. And then somewhere in this house, I have a pink, and I have another one somewhere. Maybe this is the green I was thinking of. I was thinking another pink and green, but I think I just have another pink somewhere in the house. But yeah. Oh my gosh, Tammy, that's such a cool idea. When are we doing the memberships? In about the last 10 minutes of the live, Josh is gonna pop in and gift the memberships. A pattern for the stockings. Yes, it's not my pattern. It is linked. Which video is it linked in? It's linked in the description of when I'm crocheting Tilly's gingerbread house. I think I showed you guys the stockings in that video and put the tutorial in the description. It was a great video to follow and a really, really easy pattern on their website. So it's great. I don't have a pattern for scrubbies. When I crochet scrubbies, I just go in the round 3 times and that's it. For the scrubby that I'm knitting right now, like I said, I'm gonna be jumping back and forth this live. I'm all over the place today. Let's see. All I'm doing is just, this is just a garter stitch. It's literally just knitting both times. I'm not knit purl or anything. This is just knit stitch back and forth. I definitely made it too big, but it's okay. It's gonna be a nice big scrubby to have. This will probably be more for like, I don't know, scrubbing like the sink or like the tub or something, like a cleaning scrubby rather than a dish scrubby, but it could be totally a dish scrubby too. We haven't done the crochet tutorial yet for the play button. I think that's gonna be in January. There's just so many things that we've been trying to get done before the end of the year that are like time specific, you know? So I think that we're going to do that in January. Okay, here's the question. Oh no, that looks all messed up. Okay, I messed up some stitches here. This is the thing about knitting. You can't just like frog it. You have to like take them off one at a time. Yeah, that looks really weird. You know what? We'll get there when we get there. Anyways, let's see. Did somebody ask how to apply for the memberships? So you do have to turn on your ability to be gifted a membership because they're gifted memberships. There's no like applying or anything, but you do have to have it turned on your page. So if you go to my page and click join, like you're gonna buy a membership, but then don't buy a membership, click the top 3 dots in the upper right-hand corner of the memberships. and it'll say like toggle on to like allow gifted memberships, something like that. And then YouTube, whenever Josh gives away the 5 memberships, YouTube gives them at random, or sorry, they're given at random to the people in the room who have been the most active on our channel lately. You're not a crocheter if you don't have multiple projects at once. Jelly lol, I completely agree. I mean, I have talked to some people who knit and crochet who like have to finish one project before the next. I just get so bored so fast with a project. I get so excited about a new project. I have to be jumping back and forth, sometimes even like this. You did it today. Yay, Jamie. What's my opinion on t-shirt yarn? I bought, I think, a t-shirt yarn once and I never even used it. It was like a company that makes t-shirt yarn out of old t-shirts, which was really cool. But I had this like big idea for this big project and then I never used it. So it's somewhere in my yarn box, somewhere in the garage. I really want to make t-shirt yarn. I'm gonna do kind of like a mass clean out of my closet soon. I need to shake some and turn some t-shirts into yarn. You love these lives, like we're having a combo. I know, it's literally just like we're on like FaceTime or something. You know, nice thing about knitting needles, you can scratch your back. Today's video is a crochet tutorial, which I don't do too many crochet tutorials in long form because I know not everybody who watches our Monday videos crochets, but you guys have requested this one a ton. It is how to do a corner to corner blanket, how to crochet a corner to corner blanket for beginners. And I love this. I want to put this out right now because, you know, we're getting really close to the holidays, really close to Christmas, and a lot of people want to crochet blankets for people for Christmas. And I did a corner to corner blanket for my mom in a week. And so that's kind of what I talk about in this video and show you how to do it. Now, I don't know how much yarn you're going to need because it's going to be different depending on what kind of yarn you do, how big your stitches are, all kinds of things like that. You always ask for corner to corner. Well, you're finally getting one today and I hope that it makes sense. I feel like my tutorials are kind of pure chaos, but you guys generally seem to like them. So I don't know, I try to think about things that like whenever I was first learning how to corner to corner stitch, I tried to think about things that were confusing to me to be able to like point out to you guys, because corner to corner is so easy and fun once you get the hang of it, but it's like kind of confusing at first. So anyways, your first crochet project was a blanket. That's amazing. I taught one of my friends how to crochet whenever we went on a trip together. We literally went to Montreal and we spent our time like during the day. We would like go to restaurants and museums, and then we were back in our hotel room by like 6 o'clock every night, and we just spent the evenings like crocheting. It was so nice. But I taught her how to crochet and she made like a whole blanket that trip. It was crazy. What exactly is corner to corner? Good question. So corner to corner, it's a crochet stitch or a crochet type where all it uses are chains and double crochets. And you basically start with one corner of the project, like literally a tiny block, and then you build your way out and you keep building it out diagonally. So as you get bigger, your first row is 1 block, your second row is 2 blocks, your third is 3, your fourth is 4, your fifth is 5. And it keeps getting bigger like that until you're ready to decrease, and then it gets smaller every time. But it just goes so quickly. It's crazy, especially if you use like a size 6 bulky yarn and like upsize your hook. So like in the video I talk about using a size 6 yarn, which would normally need like a 9mm crochet hook, and I recommend using like a 10mm crochet hook, maybe even like 11, honestly, even 12 if you're feeling crazy. It would just be a lot more loose knit of a blanket. But yeah, it works up super, super quickly. I mean, I made 3 corner to corner blankets. 2 of them were the worsted weight yarn, and I just slowly worked on them over a period of months. And then 1 was the one for my mom for Mother's Day. That's with a size 6 bulky yarn. And like I said, it was done within like a week. Oh, Shrimp Cat, we're glad to see you back. Oh, I'm sorry about your wrist. I understand so much. You know how much trouble I've had with my arm. Weirdly, mine's not my wrist. Mine's like right here where my nerve damage is. So I'm so sorry you're dealing with that. It's part of why I've been knitting so much lately, because knitting hurts so much less than crochet, because it's such, well, for one thing, I'm slower at it, but it's also just less movement. One of my best friends who crochets all the time is starting to have wrist pains, and she was like, should I start knitting? I was like, yes, start knitting, because it's a lot, you know, less difficult on your wrists. The memberships have not been given out yet. Hey May, how are you? The memberships will be given out in about 30, 40 minutes, something like that. Temperature blanket is still not done. Literally in January, I'm thinking about doing a video that's like locking myself in my room until I finish my temperature blanket or something like really ridiculous like that. Thanks for explaining the information on the gifted memberships. Oh, of course, Coco. I hope that it works. Oh, thanks. Hope you all had a great holiday as well. Anna, hi, how are you? You love my earrings, thank you. These are my chicken boots earrings, as you guys named them, like chicken boots. One is the OG Tilly, and one is Bertha. So you guys named these earrings the night that Tilly first came to us, and it's Tilly is our cat, if you are new here. And that night that you guys named the earrings was the night that Tilly came to us. And I had never heard the name Tilly before, and I was obsessed with it. And I saw her, and I was like, oh my gosh, she's a Tilly. So, Tilly won. You've had a headache all day, May. I'm so sorry. I've had a headache all day today, too. So a couple of people in the chat said that they also have had a headache all day today. I'm also cutting back on caffeine, so I think that's part of my headache. I'm trying to let myself have like a tea every day, maybe like 1 or 2 cups of tea, but trying to cut back on like my Diet Coke and coffee because I was just drinking so much caffeine that it was like absurd. So yeah, what am I knitting? I'm knitting a scrubby. It's a little bit bigger than it should be. Technically, it shouldn't probably be this big. It should be like half the size, but that's okay. It's basically just a cleaning cloth, and you can just like throw it in the wash. One thing is it usually shrinks once you throw it through the wash, so maybe it'll be the perfect size after it's washed. Okay, let's see how it is to knit these last 3 stitches, because this is where I kind of messed up. Oh goodness. I can't tell. I'm like taking it off the hook to try to see better. Okay, I think that's what happened. I just like knitting's wild. Now that I pulled this one off, I'm like, but if that's a stitch and if I took it off, is it gonna all just like fall apart? Oh, let's see. That's so sweet. Altazia, I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Let me know if I did. Says, OMG, I'm a big fan. Also a beginner in crochet. Created 7 projects because the way I explained how to crochet helped you learn. Oh, that makes me so happy. Thank you so much for telling me that. We have a new tutorial coming out today. It is a corner to corner crochet tutorial. If I could only use one yarn brand, what would it be? That's so hard. Right now, I'm really into Wool Ease by Lion brand, and I'm also really into, I don't know what I did here, sorry. And I'm also really into Hush by Big Twist, so it'd have to be one of those 2. How in the world do I do this? We're just gonna pretend like that's another stitch, but is it gonna get bigger? Does it matter if it gets bigger? I'm just scared to not stitch this, because like if it is a stitch and I miss it, then the whole project's gonna come undone. But hey, I'm just learning with knitting, right? Yes, the heart tutorial has a magic circle in it, but I did post a short recently that's like a 2.5 minute long short, since we're able to do 3-minute shorts now, of how to do a magic circle, if that helps. I'm gonna start doing a bunch of like 3-minute long crochet tutorials. So anytime you guys want like another mini tutorial, let me know. And obviously big tutorials like the corner to corner blankets and stuff are going to need like a longer tutorial, like the one we're posting today. Yes, I will not hurt my arm when doing my temperature blanket. I've already done that in the past, not again. Hi Nails On, MJ, how are you? I do love dogs. Yes, I would consider adopting one. Before Tilly came to us, we were checking the Humane Society site every day, looking at dogs, and thinking about adopting one, but then our little cat came to us and said, can you have one of my headbands? I'm sorry, I don't have anything for sale at the moment. Oh, I'm sorry, May, that's the worst. Headaches are crazy. I get a lot of headaches. Yes, Jane, I have started to do that, where when you drop a stitch, you can go back and like pull them through, like I have done that. What's the fastest crochet stitch for a spring lightweight blanket? I honestly think corner to corner, like truthfully, I think corner to corner crochet is the best. My headband, I did make it. I made it out of scrap yarn. I tied it all together and then I did it in the knitting machine. So this is just on the knitting machine with a bunch of scrap yarn and I love it so much. I haven't seen Wicked yet, so please no spoilers. I think we might be going tomorrow or sometime this week because I'm dying to see it. I mean, I've definitely already gotten some spoilers. I mean, I've seen the musical on like when it was on tour, but it's been like 20 years since I've seen it, so. So you're going to make more absolute beginner tutorials. Yeah, that's the plan. Today's video is for absolute beginners for how to do a corner to corner. And it's a good one for beginners and intermediate because, and advanced even, because like the only stitches you need are chaining and double crochets. And so I teach that part in the beginning, but then if you're advanced, you can just skip ahead to like go straight into the tutorial. Because once I've taught you how to do the beginner steps, you just go into the tutorial. If that makes any sense. I have made a dog sweater and I have a whole vlog about it. It's the vlog, I think it's under my vlogs category on my page. And I think it's called crocheting my first dog sweater. It's whenever I was farm sitting for my aunt and taking care of her 2 dogs, 3 cats, and 3 horses. And yeah. I have made some amigurumi. I actually did a video last week of reviewing Red Heart's 12 Days of Amigurumi Advent Calendar. And so I had done a little bit in the past, but not much. But last week's video was me doing 6 of them and then rating the patterns on how easy they are for beginners. Have I made a cardigan? I don't think I have. Have I made a cardigan, guys? Wicked is 2 hours and 40 minutes long. That's what I've heard. I've heard it's like 3 hours. But hey, Lord of the Rings are like my favorite movies, so I'm used to long movies. Yes, the gifted memberships, I think, give you the sunflower and your name being a different color, I think. Hi, goodness grace, how are you? Wait, you started let's see. Oh, you've been watching for 2 years? Thanks, Lacey. You started a week ago. I've been so lost. Haven't managed to do a single crochet. That's okay. Sometimes it takes time, you know, especially like if you're teaching yourself and just watching videos and you don't have somebody with you there to like tell you what you're doing right or wrong. It can be hard. Hi, Celia. Today's video is how to do a corner to corner blanket, or like how to do the corner to corner stitch. How to make a blanket before Christmas, basically. Oh yes, I watched all of the Hunger Games and 2 Twilight movies to make Josh's sweater. And that was on the knitting machine. Imagine how many movies it would take if I was hand knitting it. I recently bought a Wooble to do a review of. Man, that could be a video I do before the holidays too. So I bought a Dollar Tree crochet kit for $1.25, a Walmart one for $10, and a Wooble's for $30. To see like comparing the $1 to $10 to $30 to see what's worth it to get as a beginner crochet kit. And I want to do that as a review. Man, maybe I should do that before the holidays because people are going to be probably buying crochet kits for the holidays. Ooh, you're thinking about doing a corner to corner for your temperature blanket? That would be wild. I wonder how you could do that. So for corner to corner, that blanket might be huge, just warning you. For corner to corner, row number 1 is 1 block. And then row number 2 is 2 blocks. Row 3 is 3 blocks. Row 4 is 4 blocks. Row 5 is 5 blocks, and so on for as big as you get. So for the first 180 days, you would be increasing every time. So eventually your diagonal of your block would be 180 blocks. That might be huge. I'm trying to think how you could do a corner to corner temperature blanket. I need to think on this. But then you'd come back in, right? So your diagonal would be 180 blocks. That'd be massive. I guess so if you're using a smaller yarn, it wouldn't necessarily be massive. So whenever I used a size 6 yarn for my mom's corner to corner blanket, I did basically 40 blocks by 50 blocks. I don't know if a block per day would be big enough. Would it? That would be awesome. 1 block per day would not take you any time. I'm not good enough at math to figure out how many rows 365 blocks would be. Can I sew? I haven't really dove into sewing yet. I mean, I always do little hand sewing stuff whenever I'm doing like crochet and knit projects, but Josh has a sewing machine. We really want to get into sewing next year, which is the same thing we said about this year. You're crocheting the folklore cardigan? That's amazing. I've been wanting to do that. Folklore is one of my favorites for sure. Folklore and Evermore are like my vibe out Taylor Swift albums. You learned from the Woobles? Awesome. When you're a beginner, you got a Woobles kit. They're easy and helpful. Cool. You're crocheting a mini stocking? That's awesome. That's what I've been knitting over here. I'm switching back and forth between my knitting projects because I've been making my friends little knit stockings for the holiday. I'm seeing a group of my friends on the 8th, and so I need to make sure that all of their stockings are done by then. Hey Chelsea, how are you? You're not late, you're right on time. Would I be able to make an absolute beginner plushie tutorial? Maybe. I'm not very good at writing like patterns, but what I could do is I could do like a plushies for beginners type tutorial. Like if you want to learn how to do like how to increase, how to decrease, how to change colors of your yarn, how to sew up the sides of plushies. You know what I mean? Like I could do like the basics of things for sure. So the thing I'm thinking about starting the year with, because I'm always planning my weeks out like a few weeks in advance. So we talked earlier about the videos I plan for the rest of the year, but I think for the first week of the year, it's Monday the 6th, I think. Because I'm just planning on continuing on with our Monday, with our Monday lives and videos. So I think Monday the 6th, I think I'm going to do kind of like a, if learning how to crochet is your New Year's resolution, like here's every single thing you need to know as a beginning crocheter. Like start with what to buy, like we'll go shopping together, and then we'll start with like how to hold your yarn and your hook, and then how to do a slip knot, and then we'll do the different ways of starting your crochet project, whether that's like a chain 3 and connect loop or a magic circle or a slip knot. And then we could do like how to single crochet, half double and double crochet, how to crochet in the round, how to do a granny square, and basically just have it be this like mass video of like everything you need to know for crochet is kind of what I'm thinking. Does Tilly like the cat house that I crocheted? She does. She does. It took her a minute to start using it, but no, she really does. She used it a lot when we were at my parents' house this past weekend. I feel like I'm about to sneeze, you guys. Oh, I thought it was your birthday today. I was like, Tammy, happy birthday. But okay, happy early birthday. So wait, January 6th is your birthday? Is that what you said? Your birthday is so soon too. Vita, when is your birthday? I've been thinking about doing the 6-day star blanket trend, but I'm kind of worried about my arm and if my arm could take it. January 16th, that's so soon. Wait, where's all the December babies at? And then where's all the January babies at? Because I'm a January baby. I did finish the gingerbread house for Tilly. That video is posted. It was 3 weeks ago's video, I think. Tilly is underneath the couch right now, so we're gonna let her stay. Wait, you're January 3rd as well? That's my birthday. December 13th, same as Taylor Swift. Cool. Tilly is in this week's video. Just for the first like couple minutes, she came up to say hi, and then I gave her a treat and she sat on the blanket and hung out for a second. If I need to sneeze, look at the light. That's literally what I do just when I need to sneeze. You want to do the stick star blanket? You don't want to do it alone. Oh man, maybe I can do the 6-day star blanket thing, and maybe I can post when I'm gonna start it, and then we can do updates every day or something. That could be kind of fun. Let's probably wait till like February maybe to do that, because I have a lot of things going on in the next month or two. I'm low-key so excited for like January and February and March, just like the months where it's cold and we're kind of inside and snuggled up like crocheting and knitting. Like, I'm so excited. Bye, JJ. December 10th, December 11th. Your cat's also name is Tilly. I love that. Best name. Best name. I found out later that I actually had like a great aunt named Tilly. So I love it. And her name was actually Tilly May, and we've been calling her Tilly Millie May. Tilly Millie May. Your cat's name is Stitch. Stitch. Are you guys excited for the live action Lilo and Stitch? I'm actually so excited for the live action Lilo and Stitch. He doesn't look terrifying. That is my main problem with these like live action adaptations. Like Love's Little Mermaid, Flounder terrifies me. Like the Flounder in the new Little Mermaid is horrifying to me. And I don't know, the Stitch looks amazing from what I've seen on like Disney's like Instagram and stuff. You have so many granny squares and you don't know what to do with them. That's the story of my life. I've literally made so many granny squares and hardly any granny square projects. I need to put together my bag for my million. They made him look so realistic and he looks so cute. Wait, which one are you talking about? Because Flounder also looks realistic, but Flounder looks horrifying. But the live action Stitch looks really cute. Happy birthday, Jessica! Guys, can we get some balloons in the chat for Jessica's birthday? Has anybody seen Moana 2 yet? I also want to go see Moana 2. I'm almost thinking I should go see Moana 2 while everyone's seeing Wicked, and then like in a week go see Wicked. I just feel like the theaters are going to be so crowded right now, and I just don't really like being in crowds. That or I could just go see a matinee. I don't feel like it'll be too crowded if I see a matinee. But maybe it will be. Maybe it will be. Oh, you've been crocheting for 40 years and I've been teaching 9, 12, and 15-year-olds how to crochet. I love that. Adventures with Chad and Audra. My grandma taught me how to crochet when I was 9. It's crazy. I was on the phone with my dad today and he's like, isn't it crazy that, you know, Granny taught you how to crochet, like how to do your life skill, like what you're doing now for a living, like when you were 9. I'm like, that is crazy to think about. So crazy to think about. You spoiled Moana 2 for yourself? Oh my gosh, did you look it up? I kind of did that recently with a book series that I'm reading. I was looking up like fan art and then I got maybe a spoiler and I was like, no! Because it's like there's like a lot of books in the series, so I don't want it to be spoiled. Oh yeah, no, I don't search for books or movies that I'm like currently going to watch or read on TikTok or YouTube or anything. So I'm like, I know I'm gonna get spoilers. I know it. Yeah, I need to do a granny square tutorial. I'm thinking that in my like everything you need to know about crochet video that I'll maybe do like granny squares as well in that tutorial. I think I could do single crochet, half double, double, how to crochet in the round, how to start a project, how to end a project, granny squares, how to change color. Would that be good? Like a big mass, you know, thing? What age do you think people should start crocheting? I think whatever age you want to. I follow someone on TikTok who started when they were like 4 years old, you know? I think that it could be whatever age you want to start. Like I started at 9. I could have been 7. I was on like a trip with my grandma and my parents and I just don't know which trip it was on. I think it was our second trip. I think I was 9. Oh my gosh, wait, same. May, do not look up Throne of Glass fan art. You will get spoilers. I am on Heir of Fire, the third one, but I haven't read Assassin's Blade, which is the prequel, which is like technically written later, but it comes first because I was told to read it later. And apparently books like 4 and 5 we're supposed to read at the same time. Have you seen that where you like simultaneously read them? I don't know. Oh my gosh, you guys started crocheting so young. You just finished your first project, a bag with slightly crooked sides. Hey, that is totally fine. Hold on, I got it. Whew. I have not seen just vintage crochet. That's awesome. Will I show us how to crochet a green gray blanket? What do you mean by a green gray blanket? Like green and gray? Like switching colors? Like a blanket where I switch colors? Because technically for today's video, the corner to corner blanket, you could make it a green and gray blanket. You started Assassin's Blade first. Okay, cool. I've heard, I don't know what you've heard, but I've heard that Assassin's Blade does give you some major spoilers, and that it's better to start with Throne of Glass. Because one of my friends started with Assassin's Blade, and she was like, no! But I think that's up to you. I think it would kind of be like watching Star Wars 1, 2, 3 first, and then doing 4, 5, 6, rather than watching them in the order that they came out. What is the wrench next to some people's name? Moderator. They help me keep the chat safe for everybody because we do have a 1 strike and you're out policy here. Not for spamming. Like if you spam, you might get like put in a timeout for a while, but if you're being mean to me or anyone in the chat, you are gone. So we want to keep this as safe as we can for everybody. I haven't crocheted My Hero Academia characters before. Okay, wait, Froppy, is that her name? When I was watching it like religiously, she was my favorite, and I did paint a pair of shoes with her on them. I don't think I ever finished it. Story of my life. Starting projects and not finishing them. But I need to finish my Froppy shoes at some point. Oh, it's not like a literal strike. I'm just saying, like, since we just have like a no bullying like policy period, if you come in here and you just say something really mean to somebody, you're just gonna get blocked. That's what I mean by 1 strike and you're out. Not like a literal strike. It just means, you know, anyone who comes in and is a meanie to anybody is gonna get blocked. Just to keep it safe for everybody. Have I seen Smile? No, what is Smile? Why does that sound like a horror movie to me? Is Smile a horror movie? Your cat's name is Scrappy and Scooby. Oh my gosh, that is so sweet. My heart. Is a horror movie? Yeah, no. Absolutely not. Nope. You guys know this about me. I do not do horror movies or anything scary. Not even remotely. My limit for scary is like, even The Walking Dead kind of got to me eventually. I loved like the first like 7 seasons maybe, and I kind of fell off. It just got too much even. That's probably my limit of scary. I was even rewatching like Vampire Diaries last night and I was like, this is a little scary, even though I know what's going on. I'm not adding any new moderators right now, but generally speaking, to be considered for a new mod, you have to be coming to lives for at least 6 months, and you have to be over 18. What kind of yarn is this? So this is called Scrubby Sparkle by Red Heart, and it's specifically made to like scrub things with, so like to wash dishes or to like wash floors or like anything. So yeah, I definitely made this too big. This was supposed to be smaller, but that's okay. That's okay. I started this the first week that I learned how to knit, and I just never finished it. And I found it today while I was looking for yarn, because a lot of my yarn is like boxed up in our garage right now, long story. And I have like some of my yarn inside still, so I was like, what do I want to work on today that's, you know, holiday presents? And this was something that I had started for a holiday present for a stocking stuffer, and I was like, ooh, I can try to finish up my my little knit scrubby. It's crazy though, like I could crochet a scrubby in like such a short amount of time, and how long it's taking me to knit this is wild. I wonder if I can find the other end of this to show you just like how fast I can crochet a scrubby. Hold on, I'm grabbing the yarn on the ground with my feet. Okay, where is the center pole? Hi, Tills. I hear her. I don't see her. If I can find the center pole, I'll show you how fast it is to make. Oof, see, this is why I don't like starting in the middle. I don't like using center pole at all, you guys. It's always like this. What's Josh's channel's name? Josh just actually spoke in the chat. Joshua Hunt's World. So good to see me streaming. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. We stream every single Monday from 5 to 6 p.m. Central Time. And then right after that, we go into a new video. Today's video is a crochet tutorial. So like usually like we're watching the video kind of like a movie or something. Today being a crochet tutorial obviously is like a little bit different. But yeah. Okay, let's see what hook I want to use for this. What a 6mm. I'm supposed to use a smaller one, but I want it to be bigger stitches. So I'm starting with magic circle. Let's do half double crochets. I think that would be big enough. I'm working with both sides of this yarn, knitting on one side and crochet on the other. This is your Feather 6 live? Thank you. We're gonna gift the memberships, what, Josh, start in like 5 minutes maybe? Something like that. So anyways, whenever the new video comes out, we hang out in the chat and we just talk and watch the new video together. Yeah, Josh, that's perfect. I am crocheting a scrubby for somebody for Christmas, for little stocking stuffers. I love making little scrubbies. I don't actually love making them. They're cool, but they're actually kind of awful to make with this yarn. I'm not gonna lie to you. You're crocheting a granny square bag? Very cool. I do love these hooks though. These are my little magical fairy hooks. I reviewed these in one of my past videos. I don't feel like counting right now, so I'm just gonna crochet in the round until I get a round. We're just gonna say good enough. If you were doing these to like sell, and you were trying to make them all uniform, I would say count how many times in the round you're going, but meh. I do still have the other yarn. Does the yarn burn your fingers? Yeah, a little bit. Not like actually, but like it definitely feels a little weird. But yeah, Josh, I do have the other scrubby yarn still. I need to make some washcloths with the other yarn. I feel like the other yarn would be good for washcloths. So Josh and I did a video probably 6 months ago now that was reviewing scrubby yarn. And this is the one that won like all of the awards. Hurley was gifted a membership. Congratulations, Hurley. Hooray for the gifted person, says Lindy Bird. Yes, congrats, says Random May. Jane Elliott says congrats. Woohoo. I did make my headband. It is made out of just a bunch of scrap yarn and I made it on my knitting machine. I think I actually reposted this video not too long ago. I don't know if you had seen it or not, but all right, so my second round, I'm doing 2 half double crochets in every single one. And my third round will be like 1, 2, 1, 2. How do you get a gifted membership? So Josh gives out 5 gifted memberships the first Monday of every month. Josh is my partner. If you guys are new here, you'll see him in a lot of my videos. And basically YouTube gives them to the people who are currently in the chat who have been the most active on my channel recently. So the next membership giveaway day will be January 6th. So between now and January 6th, if you're really active on the channel, maybe you will get one. That's such a good idea, Josh. I love that. Oh, that would be really funny. The other scrubby yarn that we reviewed was like a cotton kind of stuff, and it just wasn't the best for washing dishes because it didn't dry super quickly. This one dried super quickly, and Josh was saying we could make socks out of it and then clean the floors while we're walking. And another thing of being active on the channel that I have started recently is we have started something called Sunflower Sundays, where basically YouTube now tells me, yeah, we don't choose who the memberships go to, but YouTube now tells me who has been the most active on my channel every week based on comments. And So every Sunday I'm doing shout outs to the top like 3 to 5 people who have been the most active on our channel for a little Sunflower Sundays. So that's been fun. If you guys didn't see who got them this week, you can check out on our community page. Shrimp Cat, welcome to the Sunflowers. Wait, is that Josh? Is that one you gifted, or did they just get a membership? Either way, welcome to the Sunflowers. That was just you. Oh, thank you for getting a membership. That is so sweet of you. What happened to the temperature blanket? It's just chilling in my chair downstairs. It still exists. I just haven't worked on it in a while. We're hoping to have it done in January. We just keep pushing back the timeline. What are we even going to talk about if I have the temperature blanket done? No, but in all seriousness, in a couple weeks, I am going to do a video that's everything you need to know before starting your 2025 temperature blanket. And in that video, I will work on my temperature blanket and we will talk about it and it'll be great. No, we're definitely not going to finish the other temperature projects. Maybe the LA temperature pillow, but definitely not the socks or the scarf. I don't know what I was thinking, trying to do 4 temperature projects. I got very ambitious that year and my arm paid for it. Was the blanket my first project? No, my first project ever was a sweater for my pet rock. We're on like November 24th or 5th, I think, of the temperature blanket of 2022. Yeah, oops. So do you see how much faster this scrubby is going that I'm crocheting rather than knitting? Keep kind of forgetting where I'm at though. Luckily you can kind of see. Luckily you can see. You're obsessed with my videos. Thank you, Lily. You are very sweet. Let's see. Yeah, you get the membership for 1 month at a time. How was my day? It was just chill. I just had a doctor's appointment today, just like my annual check-in, which I hate because I hate going to the doctor's office, even when it's just for a check-in. And then I had a headache, and so I just finished editing today's video and got ready for the live. I have not used Pool yet, but Pool will be, I think, December 20th or something like that of last year, or 3 years ago, whatever year that was. We will get to use Pool. Pool was the darkest color of blue for the temperature blanket. Please make a granny square bandana crochet. Yeah, I can do that. I need to do that tutorial. That'd be really, really fun. I want more little granny square bandanas. I have a couple, not that I made, but that people got for me. I want to start making them. They're really cute. Crystal Lynn was gifted a membership. Yay, Crystal. Oh, thank you, Alice, for hanging out with us. Wait, bookseller. Do you sell books? That's so cool. I do want to do a community granny square project. I think that would be seriously so much fun. We'll talk about that in the future. It's something that I've been thinking about for a long time, and I think it'd be a lot of fun. It's snowing there. It's snowing here too, or at least it was earlier. I went to the car to grab my yarn because we were traveling and I had left part of my yarn in the car, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's snowing. Ugh. I really want it to be like a big snow, but I followed this like Nashville weather radar and they were like, don't get excited. It's not gonna actually be a snow. Josh, you do need to start knitting again. So Josh knew how to knit before I did. You need to learn how to crochet. I actually think you're gonna like crocheting better than knitting. We need to do a vlog together, Josh, where we just hang out and crochet and knit. And that's like the whole thing. You're making a pair of fluffy shorts. I love those like crochet fluffy shorts. They're so pretty. A ducky bath scrubby. That would be so cute. Oh my gosh. That'd be adorable. How many minutes of the live ends? About 6 minutes. Wait, how many more memberships do we have to give away? We have about 6 minutes left until the new video. I do watch Passionate Kelsey. I love Passionate Kelsey. I don't know her personally, but I love her channel. Yeah, you do need to get a loom. Josh used to do a lot of work on like a big loom and do like textile making and stuff. It was so cool. One day our garage is gonna have like a giant loom in it. Aw, I'm glad that we're helping you study for accounting finals. I'm so sorry. That has to be so stressful. Oh, it has to be so stressful. I do not miss taking finals, that's for sure. I loved school but hated test taking. I literally still have nightmares to this day of like taking tests. How do I feel about books that teach you how to crochet? I've never used them personally. I can't really comprehend how you could know how to move your hook and your yarn the right way. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would say if you already know how to crochet, pattern books are great. They're really cool and really fun, and you can definitely learn a lot from them, especially if you already know how to read patterns. But if you're a complete beginner, I don't want to be pessimistic, but I don't really see how you can learn how to crochet just from the books. Olivia May got the membership! Congratulations, Olivia. I think we have one more membership, maybe two. Rosa says, I love the pastel baby rainbow oversized sweater Holly made for Josh. I do too. And did you guys see the hat that I made him to match? I actually hand knit a hat to match recently. It was supposed to be a Christmas present, but I was like, I know he's gonna want to start wearing it. So I gave it to him, and now he's been wearing it like in all of his videos. So it's very cute. Hi Dominique, how are you? Speaking of pink and green, I've been wanting to crochet something for Wicked. Not for myself, but for one of my friends who is obsessed with Wicked. I still haven't seen it yet. I am right-handed. It may be flipped because of being on live. I don't really know how it shows. Can I go live more than Monday? I try to go live at least one other time a week, kind of at random. I need to get better at that. Hopefully over Christmas break I'll be able to go live more for you guys. Josh does have a YouTube channel. It's Joshua Hunt's World. You'll see it whenever he pops back into the chat. I have done punch needle. I did a bunch of punch needle like last January, and then I never touched it again. It was so much fun. But that's the problem with having a lot of hobbies. It's very easy to like do a ton and then kind of forget about it. Okay, like look at this, guys. In the last like 15 minutes of the live, I've already almost made a full crochet scrubby. Isn't that crazy? Crochet is genuinely so much faster than knitting. We are hobby collectors. Josh has probably more hobbies than I do, if you can believe it. So many hobbies. Our house is full of hobby things. Christy got a membership! How to give permission to your YouTube channel to get the memberships. You have to go and act like you're gonna buy one, but then don't actually buy one. And so it's like, go to my page where it says join, click join, and then in the upper right hand corner, click the 3 little dots, and then toggle it on where it says allow gifted memberships. So make sure that you guys do that before the next first Monday of the month. But a couple days before the next first Monday of the month, I'll make a short explaining how to do it so you guys can be prepared. You've done it? Awesome. I have not made a tulip bag. What is a tulip bag? I want a tulip bag. That sounds so cute. Oh, friends, we need to go. We need to go, friends. Josh, is that all the memberships? Are there any more memberships to give away? The memberships are gifted, and then YouTube gives them to the people in the room who have been the most active on the channel recently. Okay, that's all the memberships, friends, and we have to go because our new video comes out in 1 minute, and it is how to crochet a corner-to-corner tutorial. So if you want to follow along, grab some yarn or grab a cozy drink and hang out, and I will be in the chat. The video is 26 minutes long, and so I will be there the whole time hanging out with you guys and talking. Whenever I end the live in a second, it's going to pop up with a thumbnail for today's video. click play now and it will take you to today's video. I'll be there in the chat. We're gonna hang out and talk the whole time. I'm still gonna probably be crocheting the rest of my scrubby. All right, I will see you guys there. If for any reason it does not come up, just go to my page. It'll be the most recent video that is currently premiering. All right, I'll see you guys in the tutorial. Bye.